My name is Bobby Edelman. I've been in San Diego for like 37 years. I spend most of my time helping early stage founders who are trying to raise capital. I've been with the Brink, which is part of the SBDC network at USD, for a couple of years now. To give you some example, last year I had about 100 clients that I helped raise capital, of which some of them were unsuccessful in raising capital and others raised many millions of dollars. And the Brink has 15 other advisors who help them. And many of us are in the ecosystem. We're investors, we're ex-founders, or we're in operating companies today. I also am with New Fund, and I help people raise capital there, involved in some of the due diligence. I've been with New Fund for about 6 years. I started my journey with the San Diego Angel Conference almost 7 years ago, and I recommend anyone who's listening to this who is a founder or early stage investor to consider joining it. It's coming up, the new version right now. In addition, I am a direct investor in a sort of eclectic group of companies. I've invested in the obviously ones in San Diego, like biotech, hard tech, med tech, but in addition, e-sporting, fintech companies, platform companies that raise capital. I've invested in roughly 170 companies in the last 6 years. So I'm a very active investor, and I just my focus has been to really help the San Diego ecosystem. And I come out of the electronics business. I was with a Fortune 500 company, then I started up various other internet companies, a streaming media company, built the first studio in LA for streaming media in 1995. I've been in manufacturing business, I've been in commercial real estate. So when I help, the reason I mention that is not to tell you that I've done so many things, is that because our client base at the Brink is so diverse and my investments are so diverse, though I am not a domain expert in each of these, I have some basic understanding of their businesses. I think the San Diego's ecosystem for investors and founders is extraordinarily strong because we have a very friendly community. And what I mean about that, and we have a reputation for it. Like for instance, I'm at the Startup San Diego event now, which occurs roughly once a month. Sometimes it takes a couple of months to get an event going, but it's an event where hundreds of people show up. And I have no problem when we're not having an event to reach people and say, listen, I've got this founder, they're doing something interesting, maybe you have a little more domain expertise, or maybe it's something you might be interested, or maybe there's someone outside the market that would be interested in how can we help them. And literally, like, I'm looking around the room where I'm sitting right now, and there's a half a dozen people who I know personally, that I have a personal relationship with. And I think that the other unique thing is maybe it's because the weather's good and it's the culture, but people spend time together here outside of just the work day. And though I don't surf, there's other of us who go hiking on Fridays. There's other of us who go to Del Mar and have drinks, in the evening. There's people come downtown and have coffee with me. So I think the strength of it is that we don't feel like competitors. We feel like we are working together for the common good, and the better businesses do, the better we all do in terms of our lifestyle, and it's self-selecting. People move here I think that's one of the reasons they like living here. Well, I'll tell you, I've been going to events for the Startup San Diego for a couple of years now, and it's really providing me two main things. One is specifically these events, which run a few hours, allow me to connect with people sometimes I don't see in person. I happen to live now downtown. I used to live up in North County, and to come into a different location where everybody will be together for a few hours allows me to kind of reconnect. And as a result, what happens? The next day, week, month, I'm having, whether it's Zoom calls or coffee with someone or a walk in the woods, or trying to help some of the founders in town or investors, we get to exchange ideas. The second part of it that I think they provide is kind of a known, trusted entity. And they provide a platform for people like SDSU's San Diego Angel Conference, it's a chance really to pitch people in some way about what is offered by the people who are running it, as opposed to just, getting another, just another email. And we are all overloaded with, content and information, whether it's social or emails or just the work that we're doing. So it's nice to, see eyeballs. We don't, in capital, raising capital today, nobody I know gives people money without looking at their eyeballs. We're still in a very, network kind of business.